That is awesome.
Hi, I'm Doug. Today we're going to hang up a globe light on my living room ceiling. I think we're going to have to adapt it. I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for, and I think we're going to take parts from the old light and parts from the new light and put them together to make a hanging globe light with a chain. The chain has to hang from the ceiling, and I can't find exactly what I'm looking for, so we're gonna make it, okay? We seem to do that a lot around here.
We have beer?
Time for a beer, huh? Yeah. So I can show you the old light and how I broke it, and then I'll show you the new light and exactly why it won't work. And I'll try to show you the process of taking two lights and making one light that we're happy with. I like the old light. I just couldn't find a replacement glass that I broke on it, and also I think the old light actually was a little bit too big for the space to begin with. So it could be a blessing in disguise that I broke it. I did not do it on purpose. I know you're thinking that, but no, actually I did like the light. I broke it. So there you go. I was trying to wash it and I broke it. So it's gonna get replaced anyhow. So here's the video. Let's see if we can make this work. And obviously I'll show you how it turns out. Thanks for joining me. And here is the video. Before I show you the old light, here's what I broke. These glass lamp shades, they're called, or chimneys, they can also be referred to. So these are 2.5 inches in diameter and they're 7.5 inches tall. I cannot find them. I found 8-inch tall versions, but then I have to buy all three. I only broke one. So by the time I spend $40 a piece on them and I buy three of them, I'm at $120, which is a lot more than I paid for the whole light. So there you go. We're going to scrap the light instead of spend $120 on replacement shades. Yourself, okay? Okay, oh yes, and junction box not included. Okay, I really didn't think it would be. All right, so here's the light. We're going to open the box. We're going to check the box to make sure there's nothing else in the box. And we're going to get rid of the box. And that is all. Nothing else in the box. So we'll get rid of it. So it's like, let's just do it as we go and then we're done. We enjoy the project and we didn't have to worry about a big mess at the end. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, so this is the light. It's a globe. You can see when you hang it, I'm just going to hold it up. I think once you hang it up, you can kind of adjust these bands to where you want them to be. I get that. I actually have a Phillips screw head. So it looks like that's a screw and a nut of sorts there. So it could be tightened. They're really loose right now. All right, so the problem now with this light is that it would look better if it had the chain over the cord. Okay, I'm gonna find the old light and I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Let's go find it. Okay, here's the old light. Try to move that so you can see it. It also was a globe. These all rotate to make a globe shape. It's pretty long. It has a hook at the top. It has this chain that comes all the way down to the cover and the bracket that holds it up to the junction box. Okay, so if I untie this wire, I'll show you here. If I untie this wire, and then I'm going to cut that copper wire. About there. Okay. I can slide this bracket off. Okay, that's off. Done with that. We're going to pull the wires out of this. Okay, done with that. I'll save those. Okay, now that wire is just weaved through that chain. And we are going to pull it all the way through here. Like that. All right, now we have a chain. And a D-ring of sorts, which I'm probably gonna have to go get a little tiny crescent wrench for. So I'm gonna pull that D-ring off. And then I can see right now that this ring will unscrew off of here because I think I'm gonna need it for the other light. Okay, I'm off to find a crescent wrench. Okay, so I got two. I got a long one to put over the D-ring and a short one here to unscrew it. And I don't think, I need to loosen that up. I think a couple of turns and that'll be loose enough that I can just do it by hand. There we go. Okay. Take the chain off. Take the D-ring off. Okay, we're left with the light and the ring that I want. Okay, I'm going to unscrew the ring. I don't know if I need the spacer. I'm going to take it. Okay, and then I'm going to pull that through as well. Okay, what are we left with? Okay, we got the ring. We got that decorative little spacer off the top. The old light is left with that wire. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna save this light. I will hang it out in my unheated garage maybe at some point. Okay, let's get the new light over here. Okay, what do we got? Okay, it looks very similar, doesn't it? It's got nuts on top of the bracket. We're gonna take those off. Okay, those are off. Then I can take the bracket out. It just falls out, didn't it? Okay. I have a plastic clip that makes a pigtail so that if the cat jumps up on the light and pulls really hard, he can't pull it out of the ceiling. Okay. Set that off to the side. Okay, we have a clamp of some sort here. We're going to unscrew this. Yeah, that's a squeeze clamp. I'm going to wiggle that and loosen it up. All right, and I'm going to pull this wire out. Okay? Okay, so there's the trim cover. It's off. Okay, it's starting to look like the other light, isn't it? Okay, what I would really like to do now is to put this ring on this light. Let's see what happens here. You know what it looks like? I'm gonna try it. I gotta take this off. Okay, don't let me forget. I'm gonna screw that onto the base over there. That's where it came from. Okay. I think that it's possible. I don't, well, yeah, I would know. It's the same fitting as what is on the base. If I go over here and screw that on, looky there, it does screw on. I wasn't sure that it would, but it does. We said we had this. That ring is on there tight. We want, okay, here's what we want. I twist those together, make them easier to get through here. Okay, we're gonna stick that in there. And is that what we want? No, wrong way. You guys were supposed to tell me that, so I didn't do that wrong. There, I think that's gonna work. Okay, almost. We gotta take this off because we're replacing that with the piece that we're sticking on here. Okay, try it again. Okay, that's gonna go up like so. Okay, interesting. I like it, and yet I don't, because I can't really tighten it down. Okay, let me get pliers and we're gonna unscrew that. Let's see what's under it. Tight. Aha! Metal. It's at least metal. Okay, let's pull these back off. Okay, we're gonna take those off. Oh, gotta go this way. Why that's confusing, I don't know. Okay. That, my friends, is at least metal on metal. And I can tighten it up really tight. Okay, which is what I just did. Okay, that is really good and tight. All right. Okay, you know what that means? So far, so good. Okay, now we get to hook the end of our chain back to this ring. Okay, that chain now is what's going to hold this all together. Okay, I'm going to stretch out this chain. And I'm going to start going through it. I'm going to say let's go through every third link and see what that looks like. It wasn't through every one of them. Like that. Okay, I'm going to keep scooting that up. Okay, that makes this one the third. Would it matter if you miscounted? Not really. Would it make any difference? No. Okay, it's going to put it here. And 1, 2, 3 here. One, two, three. Okay. I want to keep stretching this out. Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3. We skipped 3, which actually puts it every fourth, doesn't it? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Go back through this one. Then this one. Okay. Puts us through the D-link on this side here. Okay, we have a choice. Now, what do you want? Do you want the brown base plate or do we stick with the black? You know, I was gonna paint this chain brown, but it doesn't really matter because the wiring is black. I mean, if I go with this, I could do that. If I go with the black, I can use this ring on the bottom instead of having to try to figure something else out, right? Okay, because it already has, it's already got everything it needs. Okay. Okay, kind of interesting. So what is interesting is the fact that, let's go ahead and take this off. I'm trying to figure out how, I want to have this all together on in the ceiling here. Okay. So see, this is going to be this is going to hold everything together, all right? Okay. These are different sizes, right? So we're going to leave the little one. We're not going to use this trim. We're going to leave it off. We're not using these anymore. And we're not using these anymore. And the two nuts, we're not going to use those anymore. Or this, or the little lock washer, and not this either. Okay, so here's what we have. Just going to loosen that ground screw so I can take these old wires off. That copper, I'll probably end up putting it back on there. All right, so when that goes back on, okay, what am I missing? Lock washer and this nut here. Okay. And they are screwed in as far as they will go. Ah ha ha. Okay, folks, what'd I miss? I missed something. There should be a bigger washer. That has to be right there. Then that goes on there. Okay, there has to be a big washer. I gotta find it. Fall out of the way. So that I can put this bracket on. And I get to decide here real quick. I have some testers. right, this light. It's nearly done. You can't see this. I'm just gonna, this chain is a little bit too long, and I'm gonna take a couple links out of it. You just twist these links and they come off. That D-ring, where'd it go? Should be up there. There it is, there it is. That D-ring is really long. Looks like I can take 2 links off of this chain. If you don't, I mean, the chain is a little bit too long. And yeah, I mean, it came off that other light, so I don't blame the chain any. It just did what it was supposed to do. So I'm gonna take 2 links out of that chain. That will let me put the D-ring on, and it will hook a whole lot better. It kind of had some slack at the bottom, and it just looked like the chain wasn't on right. And well, you're right, it wasn't on right. So I wanted you to be able to see the finished product of the light that I put overhead. And you'll see that ultimately when I got done hanging it up, I didn't like the way it looked, having the extra hook on the ceiling and the extra long chain. And honestly, I'm not sure why I had that on the longer light that was there to begin with, but when I put this light up there, I just did not like the way it looked. So ultimately, all I did was shorten the chain, pull the excess wire through the base, cut it off, and strip the ends of the wires, and then it was ready to wire up just like I did the first time. And I apologize, I don't have video of that, but anyhow, I wanted you to see how it turned out. I'm happy with it. I put a 100-watt LED bulb in there. It's really bright, and it's a smaller light for the space, but the entryway right there is a very small space anyhow. And that's why I think that the original light was probably just a little overkill for the size of that space. So in the end, I'm happy with the light. It's really bright, and we're going to call this one done. Thanks for joining me.